Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome to the video. Hey guys, today's video is going to be putting all of the makeup in my monthly makeup basket for November to use, and I created this look right here. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, and if monthly makeup baskets sounds like something you're interested in, I will put my playlist right here. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. All right, so I clipped my hair up out of the way. I'm sure my earrings will get in the way, but we'll deal with that when we get there. So I'm gonna use today, I have two foundations in my monthly makeup basket, but one of them I'm pretty sure I don't like, so I want to try that more on a day where I'm not doing a full face of makeup, so I can really look at that. And actually, before I start with the foundation, by the way, I'm gonna use the Believe Beauty foundation, but before I do that, I want to use this Becca under eye corrector, because I bought it I think last month and I've only used it like 2 or 3 times, and I really just don't know how I feel about it. Like, it hasn't done anything like negative, but I'm not sure that it's doing anything positive. So I think I'm actually going to use it under one eye, and then we'll see if we can see a difference. I know a lot of people love it that I've seen. I mean, without makeup, I think it looks really nice. Like, if I were gonna go like to the doctor or something and I had to do errands later, but I didn't want to wear makeup to the doctor because maybe it's a face doctor, I would put something like this on. It definitely, like, it melds with your skin, so it does go into your wrinkles, but not in a way that emphasizes it, in a way that just kind of like makes it look like you have less baggage. But again, I do use mostly a fuller coverage concealer, so I don't know if it does anything additionally underneath concealer. So that's what we're going to test out today. Since we started there, let's go ahead, and my eye is watering because I think I got some sunscreen in it, but we're not going to talk about that. That's also why I'm so glowy. My sunscreen is very glowy. It is, I'll put a picture of it here. It's a Garnier Fructis one, and it doesn't irritate my acne, so I really like that. So today for concealer, I'm actually going to use this Wet n Wild one. I used in a full face of Wet n Wild, and I actually kind of really liked it, and I haven't used it since then, so I want to try it again. So this is the Photo Focus concealer, which people have talked about for years, and I've just never tried it until that video. And this is in Light Ivory. Okay, so do we see a difference in my under eyes? I would say I do, and it's not a huge difference to me, at least looking in the mirror. It definitely looks, and there is a little bit more light on this side of me, as you can see, like my shadows behind me, but it looks, here, I'm gonna look directly towards the light. Yeah, it's like when I'm like this, they look the same, but when I go up, you like, it like kind of, it like helps in the really deep crevice here, I think, from what I'm looking at. But I don't think it's a huge difference, huge enough for you. If you are gonna wear concealer every single day and you wear a full coverage concealer, I don't think this will make a big difference to your routine. I don't think it makes the consistency of the concealer look any different. I do really like this concealer. I think that looks really nice. But I would say if you don't really wear makeup and there is a shade that works with your skin tone and you just want to brighten up that under eye without having, like, because sometimes when you use concealer, it doesn't really blend into the skin very well. So then you see like it's like a white circle around your eye and then your skin. I feel like if you are a non-makeup wearer and you just want something to go under your under eye that really blends into the skin seamlessly and brightens that up, that's your girl. But I don't think it does enough to be adding it to a full face routine for me. All right, so now to the foundation. I'm gonna pump this out on the back of my hand. It's been so long since I used this. I literally think I haven't used it since my first YouTube video. So I'm gonna use my finger to place it. And I am going kind of ham just because I don't know why. If you are a sponge user and you hate the Beauty Blender, because I hate the Beauty Blender, it's way too stiff, I don't know how people use it, let me know what is the softest sponge you've ever used. Love. It looks so good for $5, guys. And I think this has a pretty good shade range. It's available at the Dollar General. It's a Dollar General brand, but man, and that color is pretty good. I forgot to tell you what color. Porcelain. Surprise, surprise. Now I'm not sure, but I do think that most of the radiance that's happening is from my skincare and sunscreen underneath. I think this is more of like a satin foundation on its own, but I love the glow that I'm getting. I love that it like is coming through, you know what I mean? So for powder, I'm gonna try to only use this one that I am trying to finish in part of my project pan. I'm gonna take my Refer number 4. I've really been loving this for my under eyes, and I'm gonna get up in there and go down here. This isn't my favorite under eye powder, but I definitely powder my under eyes every day, and that's one way that I can get rid of this powder or use it up. I'm gonna go into this mini of the Becca Opal highlight, and I have actually been reaching for this and testing it out in the way that I use my pure nude from Essence, and I'm taking a huge brush like this. Now this one I think does have some glitter particles in it. Just take this big brush and just floppily go in there, and I'm not pressing hard, I'm just kind of grazing it and then tap that off. For my contour bronzer, I'm going to use this Profusion contour palette, and I use this shade right here. And I'm going to use my Refer 22 brush. I think that's lovely. I've really been enjoying this as well. I obviously used to love this palette, at least this shade, because I've already hit pan in it, but I just think it's a really great shade for me, and it's got a lot of pigment, but it blends so nicely. I kind of wish they sold these individually, but it's $5. I know you'd be wasting product if you only like one item out of it, but you wouldn't necessarily be wasting money, you know? It's like 5 to 7, something like that. Okay, for blush today, I want to try to use Soft Peach in the Coverfx. I did pull out both Soft Peach and Warm Nude, but every time I try to wear Soft Peach, I'm just like, that's not enough. That's not enough for me. I'm going to use this Refer number 5. Usually with these, I use my Flower Beauty blush brush, which is very like light. It doesn't pick up a lot of product because these are quite pigmented. But I'm wondering if maybe I try a little bit more dense of a brush and pick up more pigment, that maybe I'll like this shade more. No, I think that's pretty. But I do like it. And obviously I love the formula of these. If there's a shade of these that you have been looking at, I highly recommend. I do think it's really, really beautiful formula. But there's that. That looks, I mean, if I put some mascara on, this is a great everyday look right here, I think. You know, feel like with my hair like this and these earrings, like I'm gonna go pick up the kids from school, you know. All right, and I pulled out all the eyeshadows that I have in my basket, but I have the Lottie London The Rusts, which looks like this. And then I have the e.l.f. Bite-Sized Pumpkin Pie, which is just a little bit more orangey neutral than that one. This one's a little bit more bright and has some like cranberries in it also. And then I also have the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Here We Go Again, which I thought would be really nice with my shirt. I'm gonna take my NYX number 16 per usual. I'm gonna start in the very lightest shade, which is this one right here called Bear. We're gonna just see how it shows up on my paleness, and we're gonna blend out this stupid crease. It gives me a little bit of something, but not much. It kind of looks like a blush in the crease shade for me. Fine. Okay, next shade is Raw. And every time I put more pigment on the brush, I'm starting in the outer corner so that that's what's being built up the most. Now, since I'm gonna go in with that yellow, I want to stay more neutral. So instead of going into this really orange shade, I'm gonna go into the one in the middle called Heat. I'm gonna take my Rephr number 1 and go into Heat here. So we're gonna build this up. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Look at how much depth I'm getting from this. Oof. Oh my gosh, it's such a rich color too. Love. Wow, I really like that. This is, if you have not tried these Lottie London 9 pans, I highly recommend. Highly, highly recommend. Whatever colorway floats your boat. I think they're beautiful. I have not tried any of their other like styles of shadows, but I've tried 2 of these 9 pans and I really, really like them. Both the rusts and then the mauves. And I have a video using the mauves. It's my Target makeup first impressions. I will link that video here. I'm gonna go into this shade here. I'm gonna take the NYX number 43 with this shade. I'm gonna quickly take this Sonia Kashuk small eyeshadow brush into this shade Raw that we used as our transition shade and go up in here. I'm gonna take, where you at, my Rephr number 2, and I'm gonna go into that deepest shade here in the e.l.f. palette again, just on the tip, and we're gonna match the outer corner on the top and bottom. I am gonna just use this, and I'm gonna use my finger. These Super Shock shadows are so thin and so impactful. I definitely prefer to use my finger with these because they are more of like a teeny tiny glitter, whereas sometimes I find that brushes don't pick those kinds of shades up the best, but I really like this. Since there's not a eyeshadow really that's much brighter than this one, this Rephr number 3 brush into my highlighter and pop some of that. in my inner corner. So that is the eye look mostly complete. I'm gonna hop off and do brown liner, mascara, and maybe a little bit to my eyebrows, and we will be back to do the lips. All right, so I think what I want to do for the lips, I think I'm gonna just do like a nudie lip liner and one of the glosses that I'm working through in my project pan. I do think I probably could get away with like a deeper look on the lips, but I feel like the face is so like fresh and every day. I want to keep the rest of it and just have like the eyes be kind of like the special part. So I think I'm going to use the Juvia's Place Sweet Nothing lip liner, which is a little bit more warm than most of what I have. So yeah, that's a nice warm color. So, and it does have some depth to it, so it's not like a concealer lips situation. I do think this is the lightest lip liner that they sell so far, but I would say it's probably one of my deepest. And then I'm gonna use this Buxom Hot Toddy. So this is the one that doesn't have glitter. All right, so here is the finished look using everything from my November monthly makeup basket. Again, I will link that video here if you have not seen it. And that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!